Hi, it's Lou from Christian Faith and Fiction. Today I want to share with you some new Christian fiction books that are coming out in January 2025. I can't believe we got to the beginning of another year already thinking about that. These are books that I could find that I want to highlight that are listed as Christian fiction or thereabouts. And I have not read any of these books, so I can't tell you how much Christian content is in there or if there might be something that's problematic in there. I have grouped these into genres as always, so as we're going through, let me know which of these books you would like to read at some point in the future. So starting off with Mystery and Suspense, Cold Case Mountain Murder by Rhonda Starnes releases on the 21st of January and is published by Love Inspired Suspense. She wants justice for her daughter, but someone wants to stop her. When her 17-year-old daughter's murder is labelled a cold case, Jenna Hartley refuses to stop searching for answers, even as it puts her own life at risk. Her investigation podcast takes off, but the closer she comes to discovering what really happened to her only child, the deadlier the attempts on her life become. Retired detective Sean Quinn warns her to leave the police work to the professionals, but he can't watch her risk her life alone. Now he has to keep Jenna alive long enough to draw out the killer who's evaded them all. Defending the Child by Sharon Dunn releases on the 21st of January and is published by Love Inspired Suspense. Caught in a mountain blizzard with a child to protect, after Marielle Coleman's foster son witnesses his mother's murder, he becomes a killer's next target. Escaping into a raging Montana snowstorm, Marielle and her little boy hide at a remote camp and unexpectedly reunite with her ex-fiancé, Graham Flynn, an undercover DEA agent. Now Graham and Marielle must put aside their distrust to save the daughter from dangerous pursuers, but Graham's still hiding secrets from Marielle, ones that could tie them all to a conspiracy that will end their lives. K9 Alaskan Defense by Sarah Varland releases on the 21st of January and is published by Love Inspired Suspense. K9 stands guard while a killer closes in. Discovering a dead body in the woods turns into a fight for survival when Lily Peterson is attacked by an unknown assailant. Rescued by her retired police canine, Timber, Lily calls the one man she trusts for help, her late fiancé's partner, former officer Travis Beckett. Only the danger proves to be far from over when Lily's house goes up in flames. Someone wants her dead and all clues lead to a connection to her departed fiancé's final case. Investigating the past is the only way to stay alive, but can they elude a killer neither expects? Lethal Wilderness Trap by Susan Furlong releases on the 21st of January and is published by Love Inspired Suspense. Trust means everything when danger hits too close to home. Hunting a never-caught killer, Special Agent Nolan Shear learns of a new victim, but the body on Ava Burke's land put her and her young daughter, Rose, in someone's lethal sights. With a trail of shocking clues pointing to her family's involvement, Ava starts to question everything she holds dear and is soon desperate to uncover the truth with Nolan. Step after step, they confront their fears, but will finally cornering a murderer out in the wilderness become a trap they can't escape. Uncovering the Truth by Carol J. Post releases on the 21st of January and is published by Love Inspired Suspense. A trail of threats and a canine to shield them. When Alyssa Anderson stumbles upon her ex-boyfriend's illegal art theft operation, she goes on the run and narrowly escapes a drive-by shooting. With the help of her high school sweetheart Spencer Kavanagh and his service dog Apollo, Alyssa tries to stay one step ahead of her ex, who will do anything to find her. When hitmen are sent to her hometown, Alyssa's life is in more danger than ever before. Can Spencer and Apollo protect her from a crime ring more sinister than they ever imagined? Serial Burn by Lynette Eason releases on the 21st of January and is published by Ravel. When Jesslyn McCormick was just 7 years old, a devastating house fire killed her parents and two younger sisters. Now the fire marshal of Lake City, Jesslyn is determined to find the person who started the fire that robs her of her family. As the 25th anniversary of her family's deaths approaches, a string of fires, including at Jesslyn's church, brings up all those old feelings and offers new evidence. Because church fires are considered a hate crime, FBI Special Agent Nathan Carlisle is called in to work with local law enforcement. Nathan has his own past, one he'd prefer not to revisit, and focusing on helping Jesslyn track down the arsonist is a great distraction. As both the case and the chemistry between Jesslyn and Nathan heat up, memories will come flooding in from the past to bump up against hopes for the future. And when Jesslyn comes face to face with her worst nightmare, she'll have to confront her fears and rely on Nathan and her community of friends in order to survive. The Hunted Heir by Jayna Breigh releases on the 28th of January and is published by Craigle Publications. After a tragic loss, private investigator Nona Taylor swore off romantic entanglements and distanced herself from the world. Once a year on New Year's Eve she attends church to beg God for forgiveness, haunted by the guilt of driving her twin sister to her death. Attorney DeMarcus Johnson is determined to climb the ladder to partnership by winning high-profile cases at his Los Angeles law firm, harnessing his ADHD hyperfocus to excel. He's everything Nona knows to steer clear of, an overconfident ex-jock willing to do anything for success. Their worlds collide when Nona's pastor receives a mysterious letter claiming he's the sole heir to a substantial estate. Desperate for answers, Nona infiltrates a lavish charity ball only to be found out by a suspicious stranger, so she latches onto DeMarcus and concocts a fib about being his fiancé. Now bound by a false engagement, the pair reluctantly join forces to discover the truth about the inheritance. But when an unseen enemy strikes, they realize the stakes are higher than they thought. Can Nona and DeMarcus overcome their differences to keep the pastor safe, secure DeMarcus's partnership, and preserve a future for themselves? In historical fiction, When the Avalanche Roared by Lauralee Bliss releases on the 1st of January and is published by Barber Fiction. Lillian Hartwick has been in the small railroad town of Wellington, Washington, caring for her cousin and assisting the postmaster when February snow brings all train traffic to a halt. Slow-witted but kind Griffin Jones, who works odd jobs for the railway while enduring taunts from other workers, has tried his best to gain Lillian's interest, but she is engaged and waiting her fiancé's arrival from California. Pre-dawn thunderstorms on Tuesday, March 1st, 1910, trigger a devastating avalanche, sweeping 2 trains down Stevens Pass. Lillian and Griffin work together to help survivors, including Griffin's tormentors. In the midst of the catastrophe, their feelings for each other grow, but is it enough when Lillian's fiancé finally arrives in the spring, ready to claim her as his own? The Indigo Heiress by Laura Frantz releases on the 21st of January and is published by Revell. It is a popular day, the 21st of January. In 1774, Juliet Catesbury lives with her father and sister at Royal Vale, the James River plantation founded by her Virginia family over a century before. Indigo cultivation is her foremost concern, though its export tethers her family to the powerful Buchanan clan of Glasgow, Scotland. When the heir of the Buchanan firm arrives on their shores, Juliet discovers that her father has secretly arranged for one of his daughters to marry the Scot as a means of cancelling the family's debt. Confident it will be her younger, lovelier sister, Juliet is appalled when Leith Buchanan selects her instead. Despite her initial refusal of him, an ensuing altercation forces Juliet to flee Virginia. Agreeing to marry, she sails with Leith to Scotland, hopeful of a better match for her sister, who accompanies her. But once in Glasgow and faced with the contentious, powerful Buchanan clan, she realizes that the man who saved her from financial ruin and scandal is the very one she must now save in return. Heart of the Glen by Jennifer Deibel releases on the 21st of January and is published by Revell. When Saoirse Fagan arrives to start her new job as housemaid at Drumbo Castle, she is dismayed to learn that the lord of the house passed away a week prior. Already running away from the tragedy that claimed the lives of her family members, Saoirse wanders the road with nowhere to go until Eileen Macready offers her a lift and possibly a place to stay for the night. Sheep farmer and weaver Owen Macready is known for his intricate and impeccably woven tweed, but when he's injured in an attack by bandits, his entire livelihood is endangered. A new and distracting mouth to feed adds fuel to the fire, and Owen struggles to keep his family afloat. Though Saoirse is eager to help, even offering to learn the weaving craft, Owen is hesitant to accept aid from this strange young woman, no matter how inexplicably magnetic he finds her. But Saoirse is not one to give up easily. It may take extra effort on her part, but she's determined to convince the Macreadys that they need her, perhaps as much as she needs them. When Stars Light the Sky by Elizabeth Camden releases on the 21st of January and is published by Bethany House. Inga Klein's carefree life in New York takes a dramatic turn when she sails for Berlin, Germany to serve as a secretary for America's ambassador. Amid the glamour of life at the embassy, she continually finds herself at odds with the straight-laced and imposing Benedict Kincaid, the diplomatic chief of staff who harbours deep misgivings towards the German-bound Inga. As Europe hurtles towards World War I, Benedict's determination to keep America out of the conflict adds to the already tense atmosphere. Despite their relentless sparring, Inga and Benedict succeed in keeping the embassy afloat through one crisis after another. But when they run out of diplomatic options, a marriage of convenience between them may be Inga's only hope of escape from the impending war. In biblical fiction, Before the King by Heather Kaufman releases on the 21st of January and is published by Bethany House. Joanna's wealthy family aspires to Herod's inner circle, but when her father's esteemed position in the Sepphoris Sanhedrin is threatened, her family resorts to harbouring a dark secret. As Joanna navigates the complexities of aristocratic life and an arranged marriage, she is caught between loyalty to her family and her own desires. When tragedy strikes, leading to a life-altering injury and a startling encounter with Herod's financial minister, Joanna must grapple with a new future, one that challenges her sense of duty and hope for love. Years later, Joanna is forever changed when a rabbi comes preaching a new kingdom and healing the sick. Yet she treads a perilous path between a court that mocks Jesus of Nazareth, a community of believers who view her with suspicion, and a husband who guards his own secrets. As pressure increases, Joanna must protect her allegiance to the Christ, whose message is as compelling as it is dangerous. In contemporary romance, With This Ring by Amy Clipston releases on the 14th of January and is published by Thomas Nelson. Dakota Jameson is living her dream running fairy tale bridal shop in her hometown Flowering Grove, NC. But despite helping others find their happily ever afters, getting married and settling down isn't on her radar. In fact, she decided she'd never get engaged again after Hudson Garrity broke her heart and left her to pursue a career in New York City. Besides, she doesn't have time for a relationship between running her shop and giving roller skating lessons at the local rink. Hudson Garrity made his dream a reality when he started his own software company in the big city, but now that he's sold it, he's at a crossroads. He's finally made enough money to provide a comfortable life for his younger sister and the aunt who raised them after their parents died. Hoping a return home will help return his focus, he's instead thrown into family chaos and roped into helping his sister plan her wedding, bringing him once more into contact with the one who got away. As Hudson's sister's wedding date draws closer, he starts to remember how much he loved Flowering Grove and the small-town life, and as he and Dakota start to wonder what could have been, they reevaluate what went wrong between them. Will Dakota and Hudson find it in their hearts to forgive each other and forge a new life together? A Protector for Her Baby by April Arrington releases on the 21st of January and is published by Love Inspired. For one little boy, he'll change his whole life. From the moment Mallory Kent arrives at his farm, pregnant and seeking shelter, Liam Williams vows to help her. Mallory's fleeing an abusive ex-husband and needs to start over. Caring for Liam's elderly mother, who has dementia, gives Mallory stability for now. Soon Liam can't picture life without Mallory or little Oliver, but Mallory struggles to trust any man, especially now she has a son to keep safe. Can Liam show her the family they are building is worth risking her heart? Forgiving the Cowboy by Tabitha Bouldin releases on the 21st of January and is published by Love Inspired. Their past stands between them, but is a second chance in reach. Planning to take his orphaned niece back home to Chicago, K-9 police officer Malcolm Mitchell encounters an unexpected obstacle, his ex-fiancée, Tenley Jacobs. 6 years ago she jilted him at the altar without explanation. Now the equine therapist has shared guardianship with him. Refusing to give up custody of her late best friend's daughter, Tenley knows she must regain Mac's trust, even if it means revealing the secret that ended their engagement. But as old feelings reignite, will the truth lead to forgiveness, or give Mac a reason to walk away with her heart forever? His Secret Alaskan Family by Belle Calhoune releases on the 21st of January and is published by Love Inspired. A quest for forgiveness could lead to a new beginning. After fleeing Alaska 10 years ago, when his witness protection cover was blown, Deacon Shaw is back and determined to make amends to his ex-fiancée, Violet Drummond. But he's shocked to meet Violet's 9-year-old son Chase and to find out the boy is his. With a decade to make up for, Deacon longs to be a father, but Violet's been raising their son alone for years, and Chase is a stranger. Earning their trust won't be easy, but if he succeeds, he could have everything he's ever wanted. The Veteran's Valentine Helper by Lee Tobin McLean releases on the 21st of January and is published by Love Inspired. Can a special canine guide him to an unexpected family? Despite the painful memories, cop-turned-author Frank Wilkins is ready to write about the narcotics bust that left him with a disability. But he never expected his agent to hire his ex-girlfriend, April Collins, as a live-in ghostwriter. Seeing her desperation to provide for her twins, Frank agrees to try the arrangement, despite her past betrayal. Soon the kids' adorable charm and their quick bond with his service dog Dozer have Frank's heart thawing fast, but April's hiding a secret from him. Will the truth end their partnership or turn Valentine's Day into forever? In fantasy and sci-fi, Echo Nova by Clint Hall releases on the 14th of January and is published by Enclave Escape. Dash Keane is about to become the biggest star in history. As a poor teenager living in the dregs, Dash Keane can only escape his dismal reality by competing in illegal rooftop races and staying up late to watch the time net with his younger brother. When there is an opportunity to participate in a competition set thousands of years in the past, he uses his rooftop racer skills to catch the eye of Mr. Mertrim, head of entertainment for the massive Dominus Corporation. It is the chance of a lifetime when Dominus Corp hires Dash to be a time star, the focus of his own series in which he must survive some of the most dangerous periods in history, including the Cretaceous period, feudal Japan, and the Wild West and the Golden Age of piracy. But when empathy for the people of the past conflicts with the desires of his new employer, he must decide whether the price of fame is worth it, a decision that may cost him everything. So those are the books that I found for this month. As I said, there's a lot coming out on one particular day. I don't know whether people go on holiday over until like mid-January, but yeah, loads of books coming out on the 21st of January. I think that I will probably try and read at some point Echo Nova by Clint Hall, possibly With This Ring by Amy Clipston, and When Stars Light the Sky by Elizabeth Camden. But let me know in the comments which ones you think you would like to read at some point in the future. I hope you're all having a fantastic reading week. I hope you've had a great Christmas. And until next time, I pray God bless you and your families. If you want to watch any more Christian fiction videos, you can do so over here. Until next time, God bless. Bye.